Hey, deserving listeners, 90 Day Fiancé. Let's watch.
You have to do that, but 100 times more. Well, just show me that you care. Because I feel like you thought you had me and you didn't care anymore. With me, you had a family. Like, we have a home that we shared, and you decided to not fight for that. And instead...
It's such a weird way to see the world. I mean, like, maybe we have no idea what really happened, but if what we're being given is accurate, that she broke up with him and kicked him out of the house way back when, he went to another country, he was distraught, he was upset. It apparently was, I think they said she's broken up with him like 8 times or something. I can't remember where I got that number from, but a number of times. And so he's like, I guess that's it. That's the end of it. And then he met someone and dated her. And now Evelin is like, you've admitted what you did. Now, he did lie, which was wrong. When he got back, he should have either said, I don't want to answer those questions, or I was with someone, I dated someone, for a few months, but I don't want to be with her. I want to be with you instead. He could have said that. Instead, he lied, which is not okay. But on the scale of transgressions, breaking up with someone multiple times, and she has said that she broke up with him because he didn't learn Spanish quickly enough or something. It's like, okay. But now her narrative is you need to show that you care. You clearly showed you didn't care, that you took me for granted. How is it taking you for granted by sticking with you after you break up with him 8 times? Like, I would say that is a lot of dedication. So why would Evelin, if she is distorted, which it kind of looks like that way, why would she be that way? Well, I don't know about Evelin, but I've treated a lot of people who have had similar distortions, and it's because they're transferring and displacing past relationships into the present, where they were mistreated, they were abandoned, they were harmed in relational ways or even physical ways, and they haven't healed from those traumas yet, and so they see those things happening when they're not actually happening.
Go adventure with somebody else. I think it's good to be away, because that way you can realize what you have and what you lost,
Now, the other question is, why does he put up with this? Is he deluded by her distorted narrative, or is he just going along with it because he knows it's the only way to get her back? And someone asked me in the comments below, and during the comments reaction episode that I make every week, I wrote down some notes as to what I thought might be going on. I don't know, but so there's 2 possibilities. Either he has a problem, there's something wrong with him, or he's just in love and he's being nice. So let's talk about like what possible things could be quote unquote wrong with him. One is that he was treated badly in the past and believes that this is normal. So it's just it looks normal to him. It's like, well, yeah, this is the way people treat people. This is the way people treat me, so this is normal. Another is that he doesn't believe anyone else will love him, and so he's desperate to hold on to this, even though he knows it's not great, but he's like, well, no one else will love me. There's also a possibility that he is codependent, and listen to my whole deep dive on codependency. I talk for, 4 or 5 hours. I really go into the literature, and I really wrestled with the concept, because the concept of codependency has been around for a long time. A lot of people misuse it, particularly on the internet. And I took this time the past month thinking and researching and taking notes and talking with others to really get into codependency. And, in a nutshell, some people have a personality where they are compelled to be in a relationship with someone that has problems, whether it's addiction or a personality problem, like Evelin seems to possibly exhibit. And you have this need, this deep need to be enmeshed with someone else who has a massive problem, because you're trying to avoid your own emptiness, or you learned that's your only worth in life is to be useful to someone who is struggling with something. So, that's one possibility, is codependency. The other is that he doesn't have experience with love. Like, this is his first love, and he just doesn't seem like he's that sort of person. So that's all. There's something wrong with him, and that is clouding his judgment. The second category of possibility is that he's in love and he's being very nice. People like Evelin are many. A lot of people in the world have relational traumas that they're not fully aware of, and will mistreat their partners because of it. And those people, if they meet someone who is differentiated and self-confident enough to not take it personally, it's possible that he's like, if you pulled him aside, he'd be like, yeah, I mean, Evelin's got issues and she blames me for a lot of things that aren't really my fault, but I love her, and when we're doing well, things are great between the two of us. And I just don't take it personally. When she attacks me, even when she breaks up with me, I just don't really take it personally because I know that she's triggered and she's reacting. So, I take the good with the bad, and I'm okay with it. I know from the outside it makes me look like I'm this doormat, but really I see it for what it is. She's being triggered, and that's okay. So is that what's happening? I don't know. What do you think? Let me know in the comments.
And you pay half the rent.
Obviously. I want to prove to Evelin that I am that same guy that she married. I can be better than that guy that she married. Because I know in my heart that I can be. I can be even better than that guy she fell in love with.
Okay, so what does that mean? If we're reading the situation correctly, which we can't know if we are, him saying, I can be better, does that mean I made a huge mistake and all the problems are my fault, which I don't think anyone would agree with, and he's distorted in that way? Or is he saying, look, she's got issues and I'm here to help her with them, and I'm okay that she has issues, and I just need to strategize better. I need to be better at reacting when she's triggered. I don't know which one it is. It sounds more like the prior, though, that he's believing her narrative that he is the problem.
He admits to his lies now and took responsibility of his acts, and he's still willing to keep trying and trying. And so I figured it would be nice to see if we can try to move past these things.
Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to prove myself again,
I'll tell you, it's a little hard to watch, though. The complete imbalance, seemingly, from what we've seen on the show, in their relationship and how they talk about the bad things that they've been through recently. That he is just like a complete doormat, at least from the outside. It's all my fault. He's just fawning over her, just please begging her. When she broke up with him, according to her, she said that I broke up with him because I didn't really mean to break up with him. I was just upset because he didn't learn Spanish well enough. And it was just, she said a couple other things, so maybe she has a bit, more understandable reasons as to why she broke up with him. But anyway, y'all know the story. And then to see him just like, please take me back. I'm so sorry. I'm such a bad person. It was all my fault. Yes, I did take you for granted. And yes, it as I talk it out, it has some red flags of emotional abuse, of actual gaslighting, of harm that's occurring, a breakdown of someone's ability to, trust their own judgment about things. Because initially he was like, well, you broke up with me, but through this process, therapy included, he's now, oh my God, I'm such a terrible person. I can be better. If looked at a certain way, if this trend continues, this is emotional abuse. This is gaslighting. This is getting inside someone's head and saying, you do not understand how to gauge reality. I will be the one to kind of mess with your mind so that I will have more power over you.
It does mean so much.
I'm gonna make him work hard to get me back because I'm worth it and he needs to learn that.
Yikes. Oh, Evelin. I mean, you couldn't have worded it worse. Let's rewind that. That's a classic moment right there.
Try to move past these things.
Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to, to prove myself again, It does mean so much.
I'm gonna make him work hard to get me back because I'm worth it and he needs to learn that.
Now, Evelin is probably not an evil person. She probably doesn't set out to have these kinds of questionable attitudes and behaviors. In all likelihood, it seems like she has a lot of relational traumas. I think also some humiliation traumas that she's trying to account for. From the scenes where she's crying and she's breaking down emotionally, I think it's clear that she has just below the surface of that tough person who, I don't need marriage, I don't care about other people. Underneath that veil is a very, very hurt little girl who is afraid and feels alone. So that can explain why one would make statements like she just made.
Please.
Yes. I love you, Charles.
I love you too, baby.
And it's possible that he understands that he's like, look, she is a very hurt person and she has some bad behaviors. And so if I can get past those behaviors and get to that vulnerable, nice Evelin, then that's where we're best. That lends itself to a codependent possibility. Or maybe even an overfunctioning possibility. Listen to my whole deep dive. I differentiate between just overfunctioning or just enabling or full-blown codependent personality.
Sorry. I'm so sorry.
All right, well, that does it for that episode. We're coming up on the holiday season, so if you want to get some merch, you can click the link below. And or you can do a cameo. We're actually releasing a new shirt, a new thing for mugs and stuff that is holiday based. So you might want to check that out. And everyone out there, please take care of yourself because you deserve it. You really, really do.